thank you for coming in and meeting with me. I appreciate the opportunity for academic dialogue as well as the opportunity to give some feedback into your lesson. One of the things I did want to note right from the beginning was I appreciated your use of comedy. I did see that as a relationship builder and a way to build rapport with the students. So well done with that. The objective slide in the beginning and the review of the target and the learning objective, I think, is key. Knowing the focus and what their expectation of learning is something that all students should be exposed to in the beginning of a lesson because it holds them to that standard. I also noted that there was something on the slide regarding this was a review, or for those who might want to go over the concept or for those who had been absent. So my question to you is, are you also reviewing student data and evaluating maybe some formative assessments and inviting particular people with the expectation that they consider this a remediation opportunity, or is this voluntary? Just a question. The other thing that I did note too was the volume of a cylinder formula. There was a depiction of a piece of a pizza. Please be careful and cognizant of making sure that you are using a visual depiction that aligns with the formula. We want to make sure that there is that conceptual understanding, especially for those people that are visual learners. So, perhaps having a picture of a full cylinder and then maybe a picture of a pizza on the side and then going through that formula, but being respectful of the association, the visual association with the mathematical equation. That is always key. I also noticed that you were jumping into providing answers, even on the pre-exercise. Take a step back. We know you know what you're doing. So this is the opportunity, especially in something that is being, reviewed, and this is the exercise before you get into the actual lesson. This is the opportunity for the students to identify and key you in on what they don't know and where their misconceptions are. So instead of giving them the radius equals 9 or this is the height, and you even said to yours at one point, you said, hey, why am I doing this? And you brought them in. So that was a great catch, but hold them accountable for that. I noticed it was 14 participants. You were listed as one of them, so that's 13 students. And even going through the exercise into the following equation, there was only 2 or 3 actually giving responses. So we want to be aware of the opportunity for compliance and complacency when they know other people will either provide the response, you, or perhaps somebody is used to answering all the time because they have that concept down. So try to get into that procedure of calling on people. So now they understand there's that level of accountability and they are going to be held personally accountable for their own learning. And bring in some of the vocabulary. You can introduce a new concept by doing a pre-test with prerequisite skills. This will help you understand if a student who is struggling because of that new concept introduction or because they have a foundational gap. For example, an opportunity, you had a picture with radius and height. Ask somebody, what would the diameter be? Now you're getting even more understanding. You mentioned multiply by 1/3, I just divide by 3. Ask them, allow them to answer, respond, and teach each other. Like I said, you know it. We need them to demonstrate their knowledge. If we continue to provide and only allow a few voices, and we cannot fully assess the level of understanding of all of our students, we cannot guarantee that they are actually going to meet that academic annual growth. And that's what we're assessing on a regular basis. We are doing a proficiency assessment on a regular basis, and we need to make sure that we are assessing that accurately. So we cannot give them answers and we cannot allow them to be complacent. We have got to make their brains hurt. Your breakout rooms I thought were great, but don't allow them to choose an easier option. Let them struggle. Make them all do it. And then you, based on student assessment data, you decide if they're going on, and you're going to make it even harder in another breakout room, and then you address these students who are struggling and see where their deficits lie. So again, make sure that you are utilizing your strengths as a facilitator and that they are actually incorporating what they know and demonstrating it to you every day. Well done.